Welcome to another episode of Chatting with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today we got Anthony Luciano Ramundi. So, all you haters could keep hating, and we're gonna see what happens, right?
That's
What's
it,
up,
Bill.
Anthony? How you
Not
doing,
too
man?
much, but what are you doing?
I'm pretty good, bro.
Good.
So, a lot of controversy's been going on, and
All right, let me say something. A lot of controversy has been going on about my book, about my podcast, about my interview with Vlad TV. There are other guys who have what do you call them, internet shows or whatever it is, that they want to interview you and do this and that, and they're all saying, "Oh, we can't find no information on this guy. The guy's a phony. The guy's this. The guy's that." Well, these people were proven they were wrong because if everybody's out there, they heard of mob facts. It's called. Now, mob facts is run by a guy and his people, and they look up everything on the mob. So the first thing he pulled up was one of my cases when I got pinched. It was Sonny Francisi. It was Carmine Lombardoza. They were the top guys in there. There was me, my uncle Tony Zarica, this guy John, who was associated with my uncle Tony's, and my cousin Frankie. Now we had that we took over the Gowanus Social Club in the '80s, and we were running our business also out of the Georgetown Inn, which was on Ralph Avenue in Georgetown. It was a big nightclub. You had dinner and everything. Well, these people that have these other shows similar to yours, not like yours, but similar, saying they couldn't find nothing on me. Well, this mob facts place already found it. Then Mob Facts found another article where all of us again, Sonny Francis, Carmine Lombardoza, me, my uncle Tony, his partner John, my cousin Frankie, that we allegedly put a hit out on the informant, on the rat.
yeah,
So now when some of these guys finally seen this and they read it, they said, "Oh, he's a nothing, he's a nobody, his name's at the bottom of the list." First of all, what they don't realize is this. Sonny Francis's name is much bigger than mine would ever have been. All right. Those Carmine Lombardoza. And I knew them very well. I did business with the both of them. And Sonny Francis's was always close with my cousin, with my father also. Now, me, my uncle Tony, and this guy John, all three of us were made. All right, except for my cousin Frankie. So they can say what they want. The three of us were made. So we were at the bottom of the list. I don't care. Doesn't mean nothing. We were still in there. These guys have all this wherewithal and everything. They couldn't find it. Then they turn around and they say, well, what proof do you have of this and that, whatever? I said, all you got to do, go to the FBI and you'll get the surveillance pictures. Oh, we got to
yeah,
go to the FBI. Well,
yeah.
the person who was my ghostwriter went to the FBI, saw all the information on me and said, yes, we're writing the book. Just like when I said that, I brought Meyer Lansky into New York in 1978 because he was the mastermind of Lufthansa. Oh, no, you're lying, you're lying. Well, the FBI's got the report that Meyer Lansky was in New York, Brooklyn to be specific, not once, but three times in 1978. And they have the surveillance pictures of him. And they got surveillance of me in the car with him because the ghostwriters and everybody, they looked at it. Otherwise, they wouldn't even touch the book. You understand?
Yeah.
They can't be involved in anything like that. So
That's kind of like what happened with my old co-host. I'm not even gonna mention his name anymore, but so my old co-host, I'm not gonna mention his name no more.
Right.
But so they were trying to find information because he was writing his book, and he didn't want the transcript from the court. He's like, you can't get that from the court. And Dennis Griffin's like, yeah, I need that. I'm writing your life story. I need everything. And he was like, no, you can't get that. He was like trying to hide it from him. It was like really weird.
Yeah. Well, the thing.
Hold on 1 second, Anthony. Hold up. Hey, Mom, I'm live right now. Okay.
All right. So now, basically, I always flew under the radar until I had the two cases. The first case I had, I was never I was never on the tapes. The second case I had, I wasn't on the tape. Just going by what the stool pigeon said. And Allie, Maya Lansky, and my cousin Mac always told me stay under the radar. After I did my bit and I came home in the 80s, I stood low-key under the radar. I did everything nice and quiet. I opened up concessions in Coney Island, which some of the people in your business that have these little shit-ass podcasts that they do, these interviews, said, oh, he's a carny. Listen, there are so many wise guys in Coney Island that have concessions because we had to show legitimate money. All right? They don't understand this. Then they want to make fun. Oh, he always wearing fearless suits. I like wearing fearless suits when I'm relaxing. Some people like wearing Nike. Some like wearing Reebok or whatever. I like when I'm relaxed. But if I'm going out for the night, for the evening,
I got feel on too.
I put a regular suit. I like fearless suits when I'm relaxed. Then they, oh, he's always got that cigar. Well, yeah, because I've been smoking cigars since I'm 18. They call me Anthony Cigars. Well, why does he light it? Because in the studio, you can't light it. And in my house, I don't light it. But it's a habit that I'm always holding. And as soon as I get done with the interview with you, I'm going outside and I'm going to smoke it.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I don't put down anybody for what they are. In other words, you could be a working man. You could be a beggar in the street. You could be whatever. You're making a living. I will never put down a person for what they do for a living. That's not me. Because you know why? In the end, we're all going to wind up in the same place, either in the ground, in a furnace, or in a tomb. You know what I'm trying to say? We're all going to die the same way. Doesn't make a difference. But there's certain people in your industry that have these little shows where people tune in like they're doing. They have to put me down to get their 2 minutes of fame, 5 minutes of fame, and they want to talk all this garbage, which is ridiculous. It's totally ridiculous.
Yeah, your next episode of Vlad just came out today.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
now,
we're gonna bring it up.
Yeah. All right, but let me get this out. Now, a lot of things I say on these little other shows, which will remain nameless because they're really not bothering me right now, they always change the words around. If I turn around and said, the car's doing 100 miles an hour, they'll turn around and say, oh, no, the car did 103 miles an hour and it flew off the bridge. They always change the words around to make me look bad because why? They have to hide behind the camera. They don't have the balls to come forward or anything like that. It's ridiculous. So now I'm going to explain something to you. I'm going to explain something to the audience, and I'm sure all you people will understand what I'm saying, not like some people. Now, I went through the whole story about when I was a kid and everything. All right. Joe Colombo gave me a spot when I was 16 years old in Bay Ridge called the Cadabra Club. I would pick up the numbers receipts, the sports receipts, the horses, everything, and the money, and I would bring it back down to the office downtown Brooklyn. One day, this guy comes in, big guy comes in and says, who's taking the action here? So me, I'm 16, I'm right. I will. I mean, I'm saying, I said, I do. He cracks me on the side of the head with a gun where I still got the scar over here.
Yeah.
All right. Guy gave me a horrific beat. I mean, he kicked the fucking living shit out of me. There ain't no two ways. Oh yeah, he fucked me up bad.
Yeah, I've had that done before. Everybody knows. I said I've had that done to me before.
Right. So now, I was 16. I was driving the car. My cousins taught me how to drive. They gave me a car. I had no license, no nothing. So I get in the car. I drive back down to Carroll Street. I go to make a U-turn. I crash the car right into the wall of the Diplomat. Everybody comes running out. They thought I got shot because I was bleeding all over. They took me to Methodist Hospital, and they told me, they kept me in Methodist Hospital for about a week. After that, my cousin picks me up. He brings me home. He said, listen, relax a couple of days. I'm going to bring it back down to 3rd Avenue. It's okay. About 3-4 days later, he picks me up. Says, come on, Joe Colombo wants to see you. We go down to Monty's Restaurant, which was down the block from where we had the Diplomat. Yeah, Joe Colombo was there. Jerry Lang was in there. Scappy was in there. Allie was in there. Everybody was in there. Joe Colombo looked at me. He says, how you feeling? I said, I'm doing better and everything. We were talking. It's okay. P.S. He says, I'm going to take care of this for you. It's okay. And I'm 16. It's okay, Joe. I appreciate it. My cousin and all them called me off the table and says, come here. After I got done talking with Joe, they said, listen, if Joe takes care of this for you, that means you belong to him. Now, if he don't want you made, you never get made. You belong to him. You do what he says. But if you handle this yourself, they said, huh?
No, my computer just played something.
So they says, if you handle this yourself, then that means you will be one of us. When it comes your time, you'll get straightened out, but you'll be one of us. You won't be Joe Colombo's guy. He won't own this. Okay, fine. So with that, I went to see a friend of mine. Joey D, and his uncle Tommy. They had a bar on Union Street at the time called Union Street Bar. These guys they were gun runners, they were Shylocks, they were bookmakers, they had everything. P.S. Let's make it quick. They had a sub basement. I went down. I got a gun they gave me. It was a 380 Beretta. Took it home. Got prepared to go down to the Cadabra Club that Friday night. I went down to Monty's. I left the gun in the car. I went down to Monty's. I had another car they gave me reviews. I says, I'm going down there and I'm going to try to straighten out things with Sally Burns. Says, okay. I go down there and the bartender Duke, he's telling me, yo, it's crazy, this guy, blah, 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 his watch, he's going to kill you. I said, no, I'm here to straighten it out. Now, I took the gun in the assumption that I was going to scare him with it. All right.
Yeah. So you weren't intending to go kill him?
No, I didn't intend to kill him. No, not at all. Not at all.
Even after he did that to you, though?
I did not intend. I intended to scare him, and then I would get him out, and that would be fine as long as I got him out. You know what I'm trying to say? This picks up as usual. So when I'm walking in there, when you walk in, you walk straight back, and then the club turns to the left like an L. When I turned, I see him sitting there with his back to me, and there's this girl from my old neighborhood, Karen Schools, who's talking to him, beautiful blonde. The music goes down, and I hear her say, Anthony's behind you. For whatever reason, when I heard her say that, I just took the gun out of my waistband, and I held it in my right hand. But I had my hand on my side. Still had no intention of even pulling the trigger. Believe me when I tell you, none whatsoever. This guy jumps up, you cocksucker, you motherfucker, what I tell you, I'm going to kill you. Your mother's going to have a closed club. I'm going to blow your fucking head off right now. He opens up his jacket, and I see he had a gun in his waistband. He reached for the gun. He had his hand on the gun. Had his hand on the gun. I don't know what possessed me. Maybe it was fear. Maybe it was survival. I can't say. I just picked up my hand and started shooting. And I shot him in the head 13 times. I just kept shooting until the gun was empty. Got the gun, put it back in my waistband, which I burned myself because the freaking barrel was hot. Got in the car, took off to go downtown, dismantled the gun, threw it in the Gowanus Canal. I get downtown, I walk into the Diplomat, I ask Joe Blub, the bartender, where's everybody? He said, they're in Monty's. I walk in Monty's, everybody looks at me, what's doing? All right. I said, I thought you were settling this thing with Sally Burns. I went to see him. He says, what happened? So I told him, and he said, what happened? And I shot him. So they looked and said, shot? I said, yeah, I shot him. They said, what happened? Is he dead? And he says, I think so. So they sent little Vincent to the club out in Bay Ridge. He checked it out. He come back within an hour. He says, this guy's dead. He ain't got no head. He blew his head. He said, he put every shot in his head. He said, the guy's got no head. Okay. Now, with that, they all look at me. Everything's going. They send me up to Joe Colombo's farm up in Saugerties, New York. I stood there until it was just before Thanksgiving. Everything was cool. They bring me back. I started up everything as usual. I got picked up in January 1970. Now, this happened in 69. I got picked up in January 1970. The state picked me up. They arrested me for the murder of Salvatore Bonello. Now, I'm going to explain everything about him in a little while. With that, they got Kunstler, they had Abraham Gritz, and whatever the thing was, there was, I don't know if it's still in effect, but back then there was a statute of limitations. It was not statute of limitations, excuse me. There was a statute called the Youth Offenders Act, which means,
there's the Youth Offenders Act now. They have it now, but it's just different. It's not the same as it was back then.
All right. But here's what it was. The feds had it and the state had it. And what it was that whatever crime you committed, even murder, and so you, as long as you're under youth offender, which meant a youth offender meant you were under 24 years old. You were you were under 24 when the crime happened. They
but if
couldn't
you're
give
20,
you no more than 7 years.
But if you're 20 years old, you shoot someone,
no,
they're not going to.
I was 16 at the time.
Hypothetical situation.
Yeah.
You're 20 years old. You shoot someone. They're not going to give you prison till 24 and let you go. That would never happen.
What are you talking about? Wouldn't give you prison till you're 24.
If you got
arrested under the Youth Offenders Act, the most they could give you is 7 years. You get done with the 7 years, you're out. If they give you 7, that's it. You're done.
Yeah, but you have to be underweight, like under 18.
24 years old. You got to be under 24.
So if you're 20 and you kill someone, they're gonna let you serve till you're 24 and then just let you go?
No. They won't let you go. If you're 20 years old and you killed someone and they caught you for the Youth Offenders Act and you got sentenced to 7 years when you were 21, you do the whole 7 years and then you're released.
So a lot of people are, a lot of people, as the time goes on, the laws change. You know what I'm saying? Because I was arrested under.
I'm going back 1970.
Yeah.
I'm going back like 41, 42 years ago. I'm going back. But let me finish the story. P.S. Abraham Gritz and Kunstler, whatever the deal was that they had or they knew, because William Kunstler had dirt on everybody. So did Abraham Gritz. They come back and said, if I take a plea, I got to do a year and a half, and then the rest of the time would be on paper. Hey, year and a half? What the fuck I did? Yeah, okay, fine, no problem. The day we went down to take it, Joe Colombo was there, Jerry Lang, my cousin Mac, we were all going down. We turned off on Boring Place to go for me to take the sentence and everything. The FBI converged on the car, took us all out, and they arrested me. They said, we got him. They arrested me for the civil rights violation of Salvatore Granello, which was this kid, Sally Burns. Now, the civil rights violation meant that I caused his death. So by me causing his death, I caused him to not grow old with his wife, that his wife can't see him. He cannot see his children grow up, his grandchildren, can't go on vacation, can't earn money, can't live, everything. There's a whole bunch of things. And the sentence is 99 years. That's the sentence. That was put in play by the FBI. That was like when the FBI made the 898 law for drug offenders. 898, life without parole. And then they made the what's the one for organized crime? The RICO Act for organized crime. You understand? Yeah. So this is what this civil rights violation was. If they couldn't get you on anything else, they could grab you on this. P.S. I had the trial. I was found guilty. Now, they turned around. They shipped me out during that night. Because I tried to explain to everybody, the judges hated my family because of all my relatives, my grandfathers, and everybody. And there's always buses being transferred out. So I was in the old tubes. Everybody's, not the old tubes, excuse me, in the old MCC, which you people called the tombs. Everybody's saying, he said he was in the MCC and it wasn't built. I said I was in the old MCC. That's what we called it, the old timers, let's put it that way, which was on White Street. It's the tombs. Okay, fine. They ship me out. They send me to Atlanta with that. In the interim, now the 99 years there was with a, a recommendation from the DA of no parole. That was his recommendation for me, no parole. This was in all order to get me to talk. This is what it comes down to, get me to squeal on my family, and I didn't. William Kunstler comes the next day. They flew in, but they got paid a lot of money to handle this case. They said, listen, there's a deal that they have in play that if you willing to go into the military, I said, okay, and you're willing to go to the Southeast Asian Conference, that's what he called it. He says, you do your time there. He says, you come out, your record is expunged, it's dissolved, it's sealed. There's no record, there's nothing. Yeah, that's great. Okay, so I've got a clean, he goes, you got a clean record. Like as if nothing happened. I did all the work, I signed the papers, and I was brought down to the Camp Lejeune and every place. The next day, the MPs came, I want you to know. Because they sent them in from Jersey. They came in, they picked me up, and they took me there to Camp Lejeune.
So once you're at the
Huh?
Anthony, once you're at the camp, right, with Camp Lejeune or whatever, how many people that are criminals are around you or with you?
How many what?
Like criminals, like people that were
Okay.
there for the same reason as
In
you.
my unit, there was 70 of us, and every one of us was a criminal. We did not mix with the enlisted men or the guys who got drafted. We were trained separately. We were criminals. They did not mix us with these guys. They never did. All right. Once we got into Nam, then it was everybody was with everybody. But now I saved your ass, you saved mine. P.S. I was 17 when I went to Nam. Okay. The judges were hoping that I was going to get killed over there. The judges hated my grandfathers. They hated my father, my uncles, they hated my whole fucking family. All right. Everybody, because of what we were and what we done. Okay. And we got away. Literally, they got away with every fucking thing. They got away. My family got away with practically everything you can think of. They went to everything because they were all wise guys from the old country. So that's how I wound up going to Nam. Now, I try to explain to everybody, excuse me, when I was in Nam, I told them, like when I told Vlad, he said, how many men did you kill? I said, 300 men. Right away, oh, he shot 300 men. No, I didn't say I shot 300 men. I never said I shot 300 men. I was a sniper. I think I shot as a sniper maybe, I don't know, maybe 60 men, maybe 70. How I killed 300 men was this. When we came into a village and there was a fight in the village where we were shooting,
Yeah.
you would have, say, maybe 5, 6, 7 Viet Cong, maybe they're in a hut. It was my job. I took the Lord's rocket, I sent it into the hut, I killed all of them. Now, when we were in Cambodia and they went to the Cambodian mountains, they used to run in. Maybe 6, 7, 8, 9, they run into the mountains. I used to shoot the Lord's rockets right into the mountain, 2 or 3 of them, and kill them. That's how I got the 300 kills. But they're saying, they change my around and say, oh, he said he shot over 300 men. I never said that. And
someone commented.
See, I never said that. Wait, let me finish. Now, they want to make fun of my tattoos. Okay. The one tattoo that I have, okay, is similar to the Green Beret from the Army. The only difference is that in this tattoo, there's a skull with the Green Beret on. The Army does not have that. They do not have that. They got the same tattoo, okay, but without the skull with the Green Beret on. That was a group we were in. The Marine Corps had a group of guys that were nothing but killers. Let me put it that way. In other words, you had all Marines are killers. They're trained to kill. But they took a specialty group of guys that this is all we want you to do. You go into the village, wipe everybody out. You can't print, don't take no print, kill everything and anything that moves. And all Marines are trained to do this, but they only would pick certain guys to do that. Now, on my other arm, I have a sniper. I have 1 shot, 1 kill. Now I'm a special forces sniper with the Green Beret. That was the symbol from the Army that they gave me because we worked with them because I was a sniper. I killed a lot of men. So I earned my colors. You had to earn your colors over there. This is what these guys don't understand. And they want to say, oh, we know this and we know. They don't know because they don't understand. So they want to change my words around. Then they say, oh, stolen valor. I never stole no valor from nobody. Number one, I went in, I came out on a general discharge because I am a criminal. Period. Cut and dry. I get no benefits from the military, no hospitalization, nothing. No money, no nothing. In other words, if I was to lose a leg over there, I get no disability, no nothing because this
One
was
of my friends.
The thing for me was that you come home, you survive, you come home, that's your reward, and your record is wiped out. Now, my record was expunged, it was wiped out. And I told everybody, you want a copy, you have to go to court, you get a court order, you got to submit it to the military, and they'll release it or whatever, if they do it. But my record was expunged and it was wiped out. Now, as far as my DD-214, my paper had a general discharge period. That was it. That was over 40 years ago. Where the fucking paper is, I don't fucking know. I don't even have my birth certificate. I can't even find it. Let's put it that way. I moved quite a few times. When I was away, a lot of stuff got missed. So this is what I'm trying to explain. But people want to put their own spin in it and say what they want because they want to try to make me look bad. Why?
Someone said,
you have to get their 15 minutes of fame. Or wait a minute, let me finish. They got to get their
Damn,
15
man.
minutes of fame. Huh?
You gotta let me talk.
Just let me finish the story.
All right, go ahead.
They got to get their 15 minutes of fame, like I said, and they got to try to prove me wrong. Why? Maybe because they're jealous. Maybe because they don't believe me, which is all right. I don't give a damn if they believe me or not. Maybe they didn't have balls enough to do what they wanted to do. Maybe they don't like the way I look. Maybe they don't like my field suit. They don't like my sunglasses. They don't like my cigar.
Or maybe you're selling a lot of books.
What, Bill?
No, someone said soldiers don't get tattoos from other branches. Why the hell would they do that?
No. I was a sniper. Only snipers get these here. Only sniper. When you're a sniper, you work with the Army, you work with the Navy, you work with the Marines, you work with the Air Force Rangers. You get your tattoo that identifies you. You're a sniper. It doesn't make a difference. I'll show you Airborne Rangers with a sniper tattoo. I'll show you Navy SEALs. Same thing. You're a sniper. That identifies us that we're snipers. That's what it is. Snipers is a different group altogether. No matter what, you could be in the Marines, and you're a sniper in the Marines, and you can get the tattoo, whether it be from the Green Berets or whatever, because they were the original Special Forces. Every other branch came out of the Special Forces, and we are snipers. That's an elite club. Let me put it to you that way. No matter what branch of the military you were in, you get that tattoo because you're a sniper. That's what it is.
Somebody said, what about the paper clips, Anthony?
Okay, now I'm going to tell you about the paper clip. All right. What I was taught was that if you have nothing, you're in the jungle, you're trapped, and you got nothing else to do, you get a paper clip. Now, I know a couple of people on some shows similar to yours made fun. Here's what you do, they told me. I don't have a paper clip to show you. They said, you open up a paper clip, and you only got the two ends of the paper clip with the pointy. You bend it where they're pointing up, and you put it between your fingers. You got to come up to a man behind him, pull his head on the side, and you stick him in the neck. And you hit the carotid artery. It punctures. Now, how he dies, you puncture the artery as his heart's beating, the blood spurts out like this. The more excited the guy tries to run, the blood spurts out, then he drops, and he's dead. Now, here I'm going to show you one thing. They taught me with a pen. Everybody made fun. See this? This is a big pen. Big pen. This is what I was taught. Mm-hmm. This is one of the best, a legal weapon you can kill somebody with. Somebody messes with you, got the pen. It's got a metal tip with the ball. It's hard case plastic. You get the big pen, you stab somebody in the temple, all the way in. It'll go right to the temple and scramble their brain. 1. 2, you stick them behind the head at the base of the skull. You just jam it right up. You break it. Then over here on your chest, on the bottom of your chest, is called the Wingate area. You stick the pen right up in there. It goes right into your heart and it kills you. All right? Or you can stick somebody in here in the voice box. But if you stick them in the voice box, you bring the pen up that it severs and it punctures some of the arteries. Now, that's a known fact. That was taught to me in the military. They taught you how to use anything and everything to survive and to kill with. That's all we were trained to do in the group where they put me in. Just kill, because they were hoping that we would get killed, and then they don't have to worry about us coming back to the United States or anything like that. That's what they were worried. That's what they were hoping for. But we fooled them. A lot of us fooled them. A lot of guys didn't come back. I'll be honest with you.
Did you know DiMatteo?
Just let me clear one thing up. Bill. About the Sally Burns. Everybody's going to say, oh, he didn't kill Sally Burns. Sally Burns was killed here and there. I'm going to explain something to you how this guy Sally Burns. There was a Frankie Burns, a Sally Burns, and a Jimmy Burns. I think Frankie Burns and Sally Burns were brothers, and Jimmy was their cousin. Their real last name is Grinello. And in turn, they had children that were named Jimmy, Frankie, and Sally, and they had cousins, Jimmy, Frankie, and Sally, like an Italian family. Yeah, like in my family. We got 3 Anthony Raymondis, and we got 1 Tony. We got 5 Salvatores. We got 4 Joeys. We got 6 Carmines. This is the way it was. The guy that I had the beef with was a cousin. I said he was a third cousin. Everybody says, oh, he was a third cousin. How do you know it was a second cousin? I said he was a third cousin. He could have been a second cousin. I just said he was a third cousin because he wasn't what they called a close cousin. He was like what they called a distant cousin, so they said the third cousin. That's the guy I had the beef with. That's the guy that I killed. That's when I went away and my records were sealed. I tried to explain this to people, but you know the way people are. They take it and they change my words around all the way around to suit them, to make them look good, or like they're knowledgeable, and to make me look like I don't know what I'm talking about, or that I'm a liar. That, more or less, to me, that's jealousy because of what I've done and what I've written about. To
Hey,
me, that's
listen, a lot of people are on Vlad. I don't think Vlad is gonna have you on his show if you're like total bullshit. I highly doubt it.
Exactly.
Like,
and Vlad did not pay me like some idiot said, oh, Vlad paid you. No, I did not get paid to go on Vlad TV. No, I did not.
a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't get paid for that.
Nobody
you know?
gets paid when they do these interviews. Nobody does.
Some people do. There's a hold on. I'm pulling up your interview now. Someone said they're gonna try to get your Vlad interview removed. Keep trying.
You see, that's what I mean by jealous people who don't realize what they're saying. Bill, your screen just went out. Oh,
I'm right here, man. Thank you, Tommy. Argo.
What did Argo
Someone
say?
he said, does Anthony know anything about the disappearance of Jimmy Hoffa?
My father did. And that's going to be in the book. That's going to be in the book about my father.
Are you saying your father made Jimmy Hoffa disappear?
No. What I said was, if you listen to Vlad interview, my father was a shooter. He worked for the National Commission, my father. And that movie, The Irishman, a lot of it was a lot of bullshit because the guy was taking plots from my father's life. And my father was well known. My father was an expert at what he'd done. And my father never wanted to be made, and he didn't get made. His brothers were made, but he didn't want to be made, my father. My father was happy just doing what he'd done and coming home.
And I wanted to ask you.
What?
I wanted to ask you about your cousin, Hugh. So a lot of people, he wasn't Italian. He was half Italian, right?
Half Italian, half Irish. My cousin was, yeah.
Yeah, and he was like a really tight with Carmine Persico.
Right hand man.
So there's a lot of people in the life that aren't Italian that still get the same level of respect as a made man. Am I correct?
Yes, there are. Yes.
Hold on, I'm trying to get your Vlad interview. I can't fucking find it.
But anyway, this is some of the things I wanted to clear up with people, what they were saying about me, how they changed my words around. They tell Vlad, oh, don't have him on, don't do this. I ain't saying, listen, I'm not saying I'm better than anybody. I'm not. I never try to be better than anybody. I'm just me. This is what I was born into. If I would have been born into a different family at a different time, hey, who knows what I could have been? I could have been an airline pilot. I could have been a doctor, a lawyer. Who the hell knows? This is what I was born into. So this is what I liked. I've seen it all my life when I was a kid. I don't hide.
This is your story, man. If people don't like it, then I don't know.
This is my story. I lived it. I did it. I got no reason to bullshit. And like I said before, one, I never ratted on anybody. I never took the stand on anybody. I never wore a wire. I never gave up information. I never signed a profit, no nothing. I'm telling this story now because what happened back in the early 2000s, when there was a lot of controversy going on, I was offered to write a book. They said, why don't you write a book on your life? I hemmed and hawed about it, and then I went to see my friends in prison.
When did that come up, the whole book writing thing? Huh? When did that come up, you writing the book?
Matter of fact, one of my lawyers at the time said I should write a book. That's who put it up. It was one of my lawyers that said I should write a book. And I was thinking about it because I said, I'm getting out of this life. I said, oh, this is nothing. When you got kids coming up to me, 22, 23-year-old, giving me a fucking order, you're not even a friend because, oh, what, because so-and-so was fucking your mother or your sister or something, I'm going to take, I said, no, fuck away. It's not going to happen. And I was having a lot of, hostility with me and the younger guys who were taking over at the time. And they thought they were going to bust me down from an enforcer to a foot soldier. And that's never going to fucking happen. I went to see my friends. They all told me, get out, write your book. They says, do us one favor. I said, anything you want. Just don't make us look bad. Don't make us look like animals. That'll never happen. And as a matter of fact, a couple of them even said, a couple of them quite said, get out because these new kids here, they'll send you in here. You'll be doing 1,000 years next to us. Says, get out while you can. I was liked by a lot of guys. A lot of people don't want to admit it because they were freaking jealous. That's why. But that's no problem. So I did what I did with the book. But I didn't write the book until many years later. You got to remember. I didn't do my
When did your book come out? When did your book come out?
2000. It came out September 2019. But I was
it just came out.
All these conversations that I had with my friends was like 2002, 2003. So I didn't write the book until almost 15 years later. I didn't do it because, you know, I had my concessions in Coney Island. I was making money with them. I still had a Shylock business going and numbers and sports. I was doing it on my own. I was backing and booking it myself. And I wasn't working with these guys.
What about Sammy the Bull? People are asking about Sammy the Bull.
Sammy the Bull, I met him maybe once. That's about as far, once, twice when I was down on Mobile Street. That's as far as it goes. I never had no dealings with him. I never did business with him. Never had no long conversations with him or anything. No.
Someone said, what year did Anthony get made?
It was Friday the 13th. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Not Friday the 13th. I'm sorry. Forgive me. It was Good Friday, 1979. Now, somebody wrote a comment that, he was made with the Bonanno family and they shipped it to the Columbos. It's bullshit. So let me explain this. And I'll explain it in my book. I explained it in my podcast, and I will explain it again so that all the haters out there maybe will sink into their heads. There was a cousin of Carmine's who was he was a captain and he was an acting boss at the time. Well, he was a captain, okay? And he made about, he was a street boss also at the time. He made about maybe 15 guys in a year. Everybody, only the boss. Wait a minute.
If you want, no, Anthony. If you want, I'll play your Vlad interview and you can let that explain it.
I want to hear from my mouth.
Okay.
So he would. Huh?
No, my phone's ringing. My phone's ringing.
Just let me finish. So he made about 15 guys. Everybody, only the boss could do it. The boss, his brother was out, and the boss was out, going back and forth. He got the okay, he did it. Now, when my turn came, all right, and Ali said after Lufthansa, and it went to 1979 now, after Lufthansa in 78 went to 79, he wanted to straighten me out, and the commission said, no, there's a moratorium. You can't make nobody for 2 years. He's made all these guys in the last 2 years. What are you trying to do, take over? So they went to Carmine Galenti and the Bonanno family. They told Carmine, I want him straightened out, and then you ship him to us. Carmine says, no problem. They go back, I go see his grandfather. My grandfather was with the black hand, and my grandfather was Carmine Galenti's cousin. All right. Now, it was a common practice. Anybody who knows the life, anybody who knows anything about organized crime or the life knows. Sometimes they made you with another family because that family couldn't make you because they didn't have the books open, and they would transfer you over. So Good Friday, they straightened me out. They had a nice little get-together for me and everything with the Bonanno crew. And then I went over to the Columbos, and Alley Boy that night, big Alley Boy price to go, he had a nice little get-together for me that night, and that's where I stood. But it was a common practice that was done. So anybody tells you, that's never been done, they're full of bull because they don't know the life. It's a common practice that was done more than one time. More than once that was done. And I explained this in my book, my podcast, and in the interview with Vlad. And yet, people still want to change my words around and say something different. Like I said, these are the people, they're either jealous, whatever the reason is. I put them on the pay me no mind list no more because they don't count in my world.
I got tons of haters, obviously, man. People talking shit left and right all day. I don't even care, man. Whatever.
People are going to talk all the time no matter what. Listen, Even if you do 100%, somebody's going to change your words around.
I don't give a shit, man. I got a few people that chat that I'm cool with. That's about it, man. The rest of these little troll motherfuckers can keep it moving. I don't care. I really don't give a shit.
I don't bother with these people over here. You don't bother with them. Like I said, I got nothing to hide. I ain't afraid of nobody. I don't bother nobody. I never got nobody in trouble. No, nothing. But people want to make up stories and change it because it makes them feel big. It makes them feel proud because they're saying the story, but they're not telling you the truth because they changed around my words.
All right, we're gonna watch this real quick. We're gonna watch this real quick.
Good, put it on. Then I want to get it. You wanted to ask me about that guy Angelo, and I'll tell you about Angelo. I don't hear the voice.
Hold on. Hold on, I got to do something. Hold on.
Yeah. Yes, I saw the video, but I didn't hear any voice on it when you were putting it.
All right, hold on. I'm trying to get it. I got it. Boom. Technology, man.
Yeah, right.
All right. Yeah, it's great. All right, here we go.
And they weren't. In other words, on the yes.
Here we go.
So then in 1979,
can you hear it?
Yeah.
Alley Boy Persico wanted you to be made.
Yes.
But I guess at the time, the books were closed.
The books were closed. The books were closed. Well, they were closed and they were. In other words, on the Colombo family, they were closed. The voice keeps going out, Bill.
Hold on, I gotta block some scumbag, man. If you don't like me, keep it moving. You don't gotta watch my show,
One
man.
of their cousins, who was a captain.
Fuck out of here,
me and him
punk
don't get along.
motherfuckers.
Let's put it that way. He made like about 15 guys that year, and the commissioner said, "What are you doing? You're trying to make a conglomerate over here. What are you trying to do? Build up your family bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger than all the rest of us and take over?" So they says, "Can't make nobody. At least 2-3 years." So what he done? He went to see Carmine Galenti. He went to Carmine Galenti and he told Carmine, he says he wanted to make me. He said he wanted Carmine to make.
Peace out to you too, motherfucker. Another one bites the dust.
The video stopped, Bill.
I know my computer froze, bro.
All right, just tell the people they can find it on Vlad TV then.
Yeah, my computer froze. I can't do nothing.
All right, so take it out. And just tell them it's episode 9. I believe it's episode 9 on Vlad TV.
I can't do nothing, Vlad. My whole computer is frozen.
Right.
I gotta shut my shit down and restart it or something.
It was a practice that if they weren't going to make guys in your family that year or whatever, they could take you to another family, have you made, and they shipped you over. So Carmine agreed, but he had to go get the okay from my grandfather because he was my grandfather's cousin. He goes, I got to go make sure that Antonio says it's okay. He says, "Because this is his grandson." So they went to see my grandfather, and he calls me in.
Hold on. I gotta stop it. Fair use, Vlad. Fair use. I don't want to see no copyright shit. Fair use.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about Vlad trying to Yo, I don't know why it sounds like that. I have no clue. The microphone, maybe it's the connection.
Bill, just take it.
I don't know.
Listen to me. Just take it down.
Staxx, not trying to be rude, but huh?
Bill, just take it
down.
down.
Our voices and shit. It sounds all fucked up. All right.
Bill, take out. All right, listen to me. Just tell the people they can find it on Vlad TV. It's episode 9. Don't worry about it. I thought they own it.
Yeah, they said they saw it. They said they saw it.
All right.
Yeah.
You want to ask me something about Angelo, you said?
Yo, I want to address all these people on here. Listen, all these people on here, yo, if you're disrespectful, I'm fucking blocking you. So if you're disrespectful on my shit, you're getting fucking blocked. I'm not dealing with the bullshit. So either stop fucking talking shit or keep it moving. I don't got time for all these fucking people running their mouth, man.
You get that all.
Like, for real, bunch of fucking scumbags, man. Fucking scumbags, man.
Don't even pay no attention. Listen to me.
Fucking idiot.
Anyway.
Block, motherfucker. My finger ain't ever gonna get tired. So keep talking shit, bro.
Hey, Bill,
It don't bother me.
There's a guy that I wanted to address on your show. Okay? You ever hear of a guy called what's his name? Cole. I forgot his first name. He's got a little show that he does. You know what I'm talking about?
Never heard of him.
Cole. What's his first name?
Never heard of him.
Oh, fuck. What's the guy's first name? Cole. I can't think of the guy's first name.
Never heard of him. Don't know, man.
You lie like a fucking cheap suit. Cole.
I don't fucking know him, man.
I didn't say you know. Maybe you might have heard.
Lee Cole the bitch.
Huh?
Yeah, his name's Lee Cole the bitch.
Lee Cole. Thank you. I know you don't know. I'm not saying that. He put up a video a couple of days ago, bad-mouthing me, calling me names, and everything. He's an ugly-looking motherfucker to begin with. And I want you on my show, you this and that. He's big mouth over the internet. So I say this to Lee Cole. You came off like a tough guy. You think you're a tough guy, or you're an internet tough guy, or whatever you are. You want me on your show? Here's the deal I'm going to make to you, Mr. fucking Lee Cole. And I am pissed with this guy. You come to me. Tell me to my face all the bad things you said about me and all the names you called me. Tell me to my face, and we'll see how fucking tough you are. And if you do that, I'll come on your show. I will give you a 2-hour exclusive. You can ask me anything, and I'll give you the answer. Now, that's for you, Mr. Lee Cole. Don't hide behind your screen. You're a tough guy the way you talk. You think you're a gangster the way you talk? Tell me to my face. You won't, because you're a punk. You're a fucking coward. You got a yellow streak down your back. It's got to be wider than the Grand Canyon. You're a tough guy over the internet. You can talk shit about me all you want over the internet. I'll pay your car fare. I'll pay your expenses to come to Brooklyn and see me and tell me to my face. And you know what? I'll make it even more enterprising for you. You can bring 3 of your friends with you, because they'll have to fucking carry you back into your car, Mr. Tough Guy. You want to come off like a tough guy? Now let's see how tough you are, Lee Cole. You do this, I'll come on your show. In person, I'll come on your show. How's that? You can ask me any question you want, and I'll answer it. I won't hold nothing back to you. So don't be a tough guy over the internet. You want to be a tough guy? Come to my face. I like all these guys. They're tough guys over the internet, and they're gonna come. Oh, he lives
in Texas, Anthony. He lives in Texas.
I'll pay his plane fare and 3 other people to come here, and let him tell me what he said about me to my face. Then I'll fly back to Texas with him, and I'll go on his show. Now that's what my answer for him. Huh?
Yeah, Lee Cole put up the video with me getting into a little altercation. Obviously, I've lost fights. I never said I was. I'm not up here claiming to be a tough guy or none of that shit. But I ain't scared of no one. So people can keep clowning me all they want about that little confrontation. It don't mean shit to me. That shit was years ago. You know how many confrontations I've been in? Like, it's insane.
But Lee Cole talks like a tough guy. It's good because, like you said, I didn't even know that he was in Texas or California. I didn't know that he was over there. I didn't know that he
Someone
was there.
someone said that Lee Cole.
If he wants to keep talking shit about me, let me tell you something. And this ain't no threat. Maybe I might decide to pay him a visit one fucking day and see how much balls he has. Because he's a punk and he won't come to see me. He's a punk with a yellow streak down his back, like I said, wider than the Grand Canyon. He knows how to talk
So
and hide behind.
I have a legitimate question here.
Okay.
So someone just messaged and said, Staxx, if this guy was military, please ask him for the DD 214.
The DD, and I said before, you see, people didn't listen when I spoke earlier. I said my DD 214 said that I had a general discharge. That was over 42 years ago. Where that paper is, I have no fucking idea. I don't even know where my birth certificate is that I lost that. Because I lost, from moving and everything gets lost in the shuffle. So if you want to find it so bad, you go, get the court order, and the military, you bring it to them, and they'll give you what you want. Or not the military, the federal courts will give it to you because my records were sealed and expunged. Now, I explained all this before, but yet somebody called me back and said about the DD 214 when I explained this to them, to your people, over half an hour ago. So that shows you how people don't listen and they want to put their own words into focus.
No, he doesn't want to link to Lee Cole's show. No, we're not promoting Lee over here. So get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
I'm not promoting him. He's a piece of fucking garbage.
Ain't even fucking giving him. Ain't giving him no time, man. I don't got no time for that fucking Trump ass dude, man.
I just had to get that out about him because he's been opening up his mouth all the time.
Someone's asking, why do you wear sunglasses at night, Anthony?
This is a habit I've been wearing sunglasses like this since I'm like, yeah, I'll take them off for you. Does that make you happy? I'll take them off. There. I've been wearing sunglasses like this day, night, indoors, outdoors since I'm 18 years old. That's why one of my nicknames is Anthony Shades. I got more nicknames than the dictionary. I'm called Anthony Shades, Anthony
Pluto.
Cigars. They call me Pluto, the leg breaker on Fifth Avenue when I broke the guy's leg years ago. They'll make a difference to me.
Hey, I mean, people could be mad or whatever all they want, but this is your story.
Just like I said, I wear fearless suits all the time. Every day I wear a different fearless suit. I wear a different one every day. I like fearless suits. I don't like Nike. Nike's a good brand and all the rest of them, but I like Fila. But when I'm going to go out for the evening, I'm going out for dinner, I wear a suit or I wear sportwear. Sport jacket, dress pants, everything. So, because during the day, I got to wear a fucking suit during the day when I'm relaxing. Come on, let's be serious here. But people got nothing better to do, so give them something to make fun of me about.
So Anthony, do you understand why people don't believe your stories?
Yeah, I can understand why. And I think a lot of them are jealous, if you want my honest opinion. I think jealousy plays a big part. My opinion. Strictly my opinion. Am I right or am I wrong? I don't know about their opinion, but that's my opinion.
Yes, I smoke cigars. I smoke the Noblies.
And I don't have to prove anything to anybody. You don't want to believe me, you don't believe me. There's no big deal with that. I don't tell anybody you got to believe me. I know what I did. The federal government has papers on me on what I did. They have surveillance pictures of me. I'm not worried about it.
What's your favorite cigar, Anthony?
I smoke. It's called a Presidente. It's 8x52. It's a 52 ring size. Huh?
What is it?
It's 8 inches long by 52 ring size.
How much do they cost?
I have a friend of mine who gets them to me, the diplomat to Spain. He's a very dear friend of mine. And he sent me because we were in the cigar business together years ago. I had a cigar company, which I closed it now for a while. I'm going to reopen it again maybe next year. I'm going to reopen it.
Oh, a cigar shop, right?
No, I had a cigar company on the internet, and I had it in Coney Island. I had it in Florida. It was called gangstercigars.com. It was called
Hey,
Gangsta Cigars.
did you have any association with people out in Chicago?
I had a friend of mine, Izzy, Ignazio, his name was, that when we were doing the stock fraud, he was with Chicago Mercantile, and I sent him there. And I have cousins out there with the name Raymundi on my grandfather's side, his brother's kids. And we also have them in Missouri. I got them in up in New England. We have them in Jersey and in New York over here. Because my grandfather had 3 brothers.
Someone said, what was the name of your squad in Vietnam? What was his division?
Run it by me again. I didn't hear you.
Someone said, what was the name of your squad in Vietnam?
I dealt with Alpha Company when I was over there.
Okay. Whatever happened to... I can't spell, so the Espelada Lounge on Bay 50th Street. On Bay and 50th.
The Esplanade?
Yeah, Esplanade.
Yeah, what about it?
Esplanade Lounge. Whatever happened to it? Someone says.
As far as I know, I believe it's closed.
Did you ever hang out with anyone in New Jersey?
In New Jersey, the guy I hung out with was the old man Rayo. He was the big boss in Jersey.
I heard of him.
He was the big boss in New Jersey. There was many, and we used to go, and I'll tell you where we used to go. There was a Chinese restaurant out there. Oh, fuck. There was a big Chinese restaurant that you could see it. You could see it from the highway. Let me think. No, let's try. That was in Brooklyn. I can't think of the name of it. But from the highway, you could see it. It had a flame coming up out of the chimney. And we used to meet over there and eat. I can't think of the freaking name of the Chinese restaurant. Fuck.
What about Fat Andy Ruggiano?
Who?
Fat Andy Ruggiano.
No, I was not associated with him. I didn't know the gentleman.
People keep saying about that douchebag. I'm not even going to say that guy's name anymore. I'm done. Done with that dude.
Listen to me, Bill, before I forget it. The name of the Chinese restaurant was the Jade Fountain. It was in Jersey, the Jade Fountain. That was the name of the place. That was the name of it. I couldn't think of the name. I'm going back years and years into the 70s.
Okay. Jack Marazone. Does he know Jack Marazone? Masserone?
No. Barone or Marzone? I know the Barone.
Massarone.
No, doesn't even sound familiar to me. No.
Yes, you have a good thing right here. Why would anyone give Lee the time of day? I'm not giving him the time of day no more. I'm cutting people the fuck off, man. Straight up. So he's
so
done.
This time it ain't funny.
If people have a problem with your story, tell them to go read the book. Go read the book.
That's what somebody wrote?
Ray who? What family was the guy Ray from?
Who Ray?
From Jersey.
Genovese. His name wasn't Ray. His name was Rayo. Last name was Rayo. See, again, somebody changes the words around. The guy Ray. No, his last name was Rayo. They were Genovese.
How about Rudy Ferrone?
Rudy was up on the Bronx. He used to go up on Bronx with my Uncle Danny.
Danny Salenti, right?
That's right. Well, Danny wasn't my uncle. He was like a cousin in the family, but I called him Danny, uncle, because the guy was like 30 years older than me. You know, what am I going to do? I'm going to tell him, hey, you know what I'm saying? That's why I respected him by giving him that. But we were up on Arthur Avenue. We used to go all the time. And Rudy used to come up on Arthur Avenue all the time. And me and my uncle, for me and Uncle Danny, we ate in Mario's or we ate in Dominic's restaurant.
I can't see you, man. You got a light in that room?
No, I don't. The freaking lights fucking blew out. I know, it's like talking to the fucking shadow. Unfucking real.
He was a captain in the DeConvocante family. I always have a hard time saying that shit.
All right, who's he asking about?
Vincent Rayo.
There was the old man, Vincent, and then there was Sal. Sal was with the Genovese people.
Was there different crews, like people from Italy that would come down, and would you guys have problems with them people?
The crews that came in from Italy frowned upon the United States crews because for a couple of reasons. Because the United States crews didn't know how to keep their people in line. All right? And the crews in the United States had no respect. Let's put it that way, they used to say. Because all you used to get out of the United States crews from these young guys is, you know who I am, you know who my uncle is, you know who my father is, you know who my grandfather is, you know who my mother is, who my sister's fucking, who I'm fucking, who my mother's fucking, my aunt is fucking. That's all they knew. That's all they knew. Right.
Someone asked what.
Follow the old rules. What?
Someone asked, what is the Marine Corps' birthday?
Honestly, I do not remember. I do not remember the Marine Corps' birthday. Like I said, I was not a draftee and I was not an enlisted man. I was in that unit, and that's all I was there for. I do not remember when the Marine Corps, I don't know, could have been early 1900s or 18 or 1700s. Could have been, I really don't know. If I don't know, I'm going to tell you I don't know. I'm not going to bullshit nobody.
So I guess this dude's talking shit. He hopes he fucks my numbers up. He never will. He's irrelevant, and I'm gonna move past his ass.
Who's this?
The pimple on our asses.
You know, people get jealous. You got to understand that, Staxx. And let me tell you, I think them other people have their hands in this. Listen to what I'm telling you. Because they're fucking jealous.
Is the Black Hand still in operation today?
In Italy? Oh, yeah. Definitely. Definitely. Especially in Sicily? Definitely. And in Rome.
What was Jerry Lang like as a person?
Jerry Lang. Jerry Lang,
yeah.
I think he was one of the greatest guys. Huh?
Yeah, someone said, what was he like as a person?
Jerry was one of the greatest guys I knew. He was fair. He'd tell you right up front exactly what it was. Jerry give you a chance. Just don't fuck him up if you give him the chance. Jerry was a stand-up guy, let me tell you. He never lost a sit-down. And God knows, Jerry was at a lot of sit-down. He never lost. And Jerry was well-liked. Let's put it way. Jerry wasn't well-liked. He was loved. Let's put it that way. That's how good Jerry was.
We got Big Sid.
Listen to me. Jerry, I used to go down Sunday morning, south of the Diplomat, and me and my cousin would go to Connecticut because I had a business going up in Connecticut with bookmaking. So we didn't have a car at that time. Jerry used to give me his Lincoln Continental every Sunday to go up there. He had a big-ass blue Lincoln Continental. This fucking thing looked like it was about as big as a city fucking block. It was huge. We used to drive up to Connecticut with it, me and my cousin.
I want to say roll call and shout out to Big Sid, man. What's good?
But Jerry was Jerry was one of the best guys you'd ever want to meet, let me tell you.
Every Marine knows their drill instructor.
Yeah. Captain Bass, Emil Bass.
Captain Bass, right?
Hey, my teacher was Captain Bass.
Did you know Lefty Two Guns?
I knew of Lefty Two Guns from down the neighborhood, from down on Court Street. He used to go. He used to come down there. I never did business with the guy. I never did business with him, but I knew him from the neighborhood. He used to come down all the time.
What about Sonny Black?
Sonny Black, I only met him a couple of times when I was in the company of the Bonanno people when I would go to their place on Avenue U. Because they had a club on Avenue U, just below McDonald Avenue. My cousin Johnny Dell had a club across the street on the other side. And Nicky Black had his bar on the same side as Joe's Facceria, but down the block.
Did you hold on? Let me see here. There's so many questions, man. They keep going so fast. I'm trying to slow this shit down. You feel insulted, man? Say the question again. There's tons of people here. I'm trying to read them all. It's like going so fast. Joe Messino. Did you have any dealings with him?
No. No, I had no dealings with Joe. Thank God, no. If I would have had dealings with Joe Messina, I'd probably be in prison. Joe Messina gave everybody up.
What's his name did too, right? Frankie Lino or Eddie Lino? One of them did.
Lino. Eddie Lino got killed. Frankie Lino gave everybody up first. Then Joe Messina's brother-in-law gave everybody up. And then Joe Messina just said, fuck, and he gave everybody up.
Did you ever have any run-ins with the Westies?
No, never did.
Captain Bass was your drill instructor, someone said?
Yes. He was there to handle us, the criminals. Because we were criminals. He only handled us. That's what they put him in there for.
And what? He basically took a liking to you?
Huh?
One of my friends was in Iraq. It was either Iraq or Afghanistan. Right. He was in firefights and everything. Right. He had a priest that was praying next to him that got shot in the head. I was in a rehab. I was in rehab with him, and right. he ended up dying. His name was Mike, and he was a good kid. He was a young kid.
Mike who?
He was a young kid named Mike. You wouldn't know him, man.
His name was Cavallo?
No. He was 20-something years old. And
that's a shit.
So what happened was he got out of the military because he got hurt, and they wouldn't give him any type of pension. They didn't give him nothing.
Why?
They tried to say that his PTSD was from before he went to the military.
Oh,
so
shit.
He got no money. He got no help. He ended up going to rehab. He ended up getting out and overdosing and dying. So rest in peace to my boy Mike.
That's not right. That's not good.
Do you know who shot Johnny Gebbit? Oh, man.
How do they come up with these things?
I think people are mad that you're selling books and making money, man.
Whatever. Probably people are mad, yeah.
It is what it is. Ayla claims he knew a guy named Blackie Luciano. Does he know? Hey, do you know a guy named Blackie Luciano?
No.
I've never heard of that name.
No.
No matter what you think, Anthony, he keeps coming and dealing with criticism. Props to Anthony and Staxx. You're damn right.
Thank you.
And we ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere.
Nope.
No.
No fucking way.
What do you have any regrets about the life you used to live?
Truthfully, I'll be honest with you. A couple of regrets I have is two of my regrets is I could not save with everything I was doing and everybody we knew. I couldn't save my mother and father from the diseases that killed them. I couldn't. I do have regrets about what I put my mother through because it was my mother. You know what I'm saying? And right, wrong, or indifferent, I was her son. You know what I'm trying to say? I could do anything, and she would say, "Oh no, not my son." You know, she was a typical mother. And I also have a lot of regrets about my animals, my pets. I couldn't save pets of mine that died from diseases. I'm being honest. You can laugh.
No, I'm not trying. I'm not trying to laugh. I don't have pets, so I don't know.
I'm an animal lover. I'm an animal lover. I mean, I love my pets. I spent thousands and thousands of dollars on my animals to save them when they got sick. I mean, that's just me. All right. The only regret I have about going to prison is that it hurt my mother. That's the only regret I have about that. It hurt my mother.
Did you have any dealings with Vic Amuso?
I knew Vic. I used to go to the 19th hole, but I never had no dealings with him. I had dealings with Christy Tick. Matter of fact, Christy Tick is the one who gave me half of the Desiree Club on West 6th Street in Brooklyn, just around the corner, just off of Kings Highway. It was Christy Tick, it was me, and it was Joe Z. And I did a big favor for Christy Tick. It's in my book. It's a big favor that I had done, and he rewarded me, Christy, by giving me half of Desiree. I had half, and Joe Z had half.
Who was the most powerful Persico besides Carmine?
I would say it had to be his brother, Ali, Big Ali.
There was a lot of them, right? There was a lot of Persicos.
Well, no, you figured there was Ali, there was Carmine, and there was his brother Teddy.
If anyone on here on the chat wants to get an interview, if you've been through things in life, maybe you changed your life, maybe you're a drug addict and you're getting clean and you're doing better. Maybe you were in a gang before and now you're living the good life. I want to hear from those people. So if you want to tell your story, just hit up my email. I'll leave it in the comments. And we can work it out.
Yeah, you'll go with that. You know?
I want to hear survival stories. I don't want to hear I'm not with all this mob beat bullshit with all these scumbags that don't know me from anything, man. I am not giving them time anymore. I'm just gonna keep focusing on what I'm doing.
Why? What do they want to know now?
No, I'm talking about I'm not gonna tolerate the negativity. I'm just gonna keep.
A lot of these people, they see these mob movies, these gangster movies, and they see these articles in the newspaper and on TV, and they take everything as true fact, especially these gangster stories. A lot of these gangster stories are not true. They changed a lot of them around.
Francisco Castella or Castanella? I can't spell for shit,
That's
man.
Uncle Frank Costello. That's Uncle Frank Costello. That's his real name.
What about Charlie Moose?
Oh, Charlie Moose. I knew Charlie Moose. I knew him very well. Charlie Moose used to come down to 30. He was a captain in the family. His last name is Panarello. I believe.
Thank you, KM.
Huh?
I appreciate you. No, people are saying good things. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah. Charlie, he was in Brooklyn all the time, and then whatever happened years ago, he decided and he went down to, I think he went to Florida or he went to Vegas, and then I think he went to Florida. I'm not sure. I think, if I'm correct, I think he's still alive. I think. I'm not 100%. I'm not, because if Charlie is still alive, he would have to be, I would say, roughly way over 90. I'd say 90 or over. He would have to be.
Yeah.
And Johnny Pate was Charlie's, I think it was Charlie Moose's cousin or brother. Not his brother, forgive me. It was either his cousin or a brother-in-law. He lived on Highland Boulevard in Staten Island, and he got arrested. And he turned around and gave everybody up because he said his mother came to him in a dream and said he should give up all these people. I swear to God, that's what he said. That was Johnny Pate. He lived in Staten Island.
How did your family members end up in different families?
Oh, that was easy. They went different ways. They don't all stay with the same family. It was like my grandfather's brother. One brother went out to Chicago. Another brother went out to Missouri. Another brother went up to New England. Same thing with these guys. It depends on who they were hanging out with. Because you got to remember, years ago, say there was like, maybe there was like 20 of us hanging out. Let's say, okay? Me, you, and another guy were hanging out. And we took a guy took a shining to us, and we started hanging out with another guy who belonged to another family. And that's how they all got separated. But they all remained cousins and friends and everything throughout the years. There was never any problem between any of them.
Thank you, Mike Fleming. I appreciate you, man. And you're definitely true, man.
What'd he say?
Yeah, he's talking about me and when I went on this douchebag show. I'm just not gonna deal with it, man. I'm not at all.
Pay attention to people.
I'm not. I don't care, man. Honestly, after that show, I went out and brought my daughter out for ice cream because I was wasting my time with that guy. So I just went out, had ice cream with my daughter, had a good conversation, and that was it.
That's what before shit like him.
There's a lot more things in store. When's the next book coming out?
Hopefully, it'll be out between March and June of next year. It's going to pick up from where book one ended.
Yeah, man.
And in book two, I get into a little more about Lufthansa, and I get into a little more about with the assassination of the Pope. Stuff I didn't put in this book because I knew I was going to do a book two, and the publishers and the writers said don't put everything in one book.
Thank you, Tommy Accardo. Anthony, do you have any remorse from whacking the Pope? He didn't whack the Pope.
I didn't kill the Pope. Everybody's got, look, let me explain. I'm going to explain something.
When is the documentary coming out? Someone said.
Huh?
When's that documentary coming out about the Pope with you in it?
I'm hoping it should be out by next year because we're still filming. It's going to be about 6 or 8 episodes. I'm not sure yet. But I never said I killed the Pope. I was there, definitely. I'm not saying I wasn't. Those are my cousins. I had orders by my grandfather. I had to go. Because the Pope was related to everybody over there. He was related to us. To Uncle Lucky. Because, see, let me explain something to you. We got the name Luciano. Now, everybody says, oh, your real last name ain't Luciano. I know, it's Lucana. But if you say Salvatore Lucana, everybody's going to say, who the fuck you talking about? You say Lucky Luciano, everybody knows my uncle. So we kept the name Luciano. No big deal with that, but people don't understand this. But again, people want to change everything around, and they want to change my words and everything like they do to make them, for whatever their reason it is.
People are crazy, man. It's all good because I'm not going to stop doing my thing. And shout out to all the haters, man. I appreciate all of you. Keep talking. Keep talking. But anyway, I got shit to do, man. I got a couple of interviews I got to do, and I got to go make a burger on the grill. But I love all you guys out there, man. Make sure you guys hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. And I got some real good stuff coming in the future. Is there anything you want to say before we go, man?
I just want to say thank you for everybody listening. and I hope they all stay safe and be careful with this coronavirus. Let me tell you, I had it. It's no joke. I was in the hospital 2.5 weeks. I had it April last year. And when I came home, my first 6 days in the hospital, I don't remember because I was in and out of like a coma. But
How
once I
long
came
did you
home-
have it for?
Huh?
How long did you have corona for?
I was in the hospital with it 2.5 weeks. When I
Damn.
came home, it took me almost 3 months to walk right without my heart racing and my legs giving out and everything. It took almost 3 months.
Hey,
before I
did
was able to walk.
did
And I got
Uncle?
vaccination. I got the both vaccinations also.
I know, I got mine too.
It does help. Listen what
But-
I'm telling you.
So you caught it after you got vaccinated?
No. Listen to me. I caught coronavirus in April 2020. It was April 7th, 2020. I was brought into the hospital. I was in there for 2.5 weeks. Then when I came home, it took me about 3 months before I was able to walk right because I couldn't walk with my legs. And my heart would start racing anytime I would walk. It took 3 months for me to get back to normal. I didn't get my vaccinations until May of this year because I had to wait all that time. I had the antibodies. I got the both vaccinations in May.
Yeah, that's crazy,
But I'm
man.
telling you,
It's crazy.
get the vaccination. It does work. It does
I got
help.
mine.
Listen, you
I got
may
mine
have
done.
a side effect for a day or two, but listen to me. The side effect you get for the day or two is nothing compared to this virus. Because if you
So
get this virus, you got better than a 50% chance of dying from it. With the
I heard
vaccination,
people
you're
are I heard people are selling their vaccination cards.
that's not good because that's how this disease is starting to spread again because people ain't doing the
I
right
got
thing.
mine. I got mine.
Yeah. You know, it's nothing to play
My
around with.
my mother has a weakened immune system because she had cancer and all that. I don't want to see her catch that.
Right.
But I've seen it's crazy because the before and after the blood in someone that's vaccinated. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, like the blood's like clotted inside your body. It's really weird.
Well, let me tell you, when I was in the hospital, they gave me hydrochloroquine. They gave me zinc because zinc builds up your immune system. They gave me an antibiotic. They gave me another pill, that has something to do with your blood. And I was on blood thinners. So I was on 5 medicines. They had me on 5. I was getting everything intravenous because the first 6 days I don't remember nothing, like I said. And that's what pulled me out. That's what got me out of it. But that's why I say, if you get it, if you get the disease, go to the hospital, get checked. If you're in bad shape, tell the doctor to admit you, and get the vaccination. I'm telling you, you should get it, seriously.
This
Really
shit makes
should.
it hard to breathe, right?
Huh?
This shit makes it hard to breathe, man.
That affects your heart, it affects your lungs, your kidneys, your liver, your muscles, everything. It's a bad, bad disease. Bad virus. It really is.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, bro, I gotta go eat, man. I'm starving.
Yes.
I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow. Thank you all for joining me, even the haters, man. I appreciate every single one of you. For all the ones that I blocked, oh well. Till next time, man. Peace.
Ciao. Yeah, Bill.